So we are getting some of those wounds from the things that I just talked about coming up through. And I think that the Schumann resonance, like the energy that's hitting, is helping to allow that stuff to come up. So we're getting it to come through and out in our dreams, but coming up and through, um, just by the energy that's hitting Earth right now is like offletting our stuff. I've also seen it through clients coming in. There was like a big surge of clients, and it's literally like picking straw off of them. You're like, here's another feeling, here's another feeling. Whereas before this, there I would get maybe one client every 3 months that had this like need for me to pull things off of them. And so it's been like a huge influx of pulling this stuff. And I'm like, well, this is interesting because even maybe like a year ago, you couldn't just pull the stuff because the stuff was attached to the situation that it occurred in. And so it hadn't resolved the situation. But now everybody's sort of got these situations that have been resolved, and they just need these things picked off of them. So I also feel it in my body when people, like the collective, is transmuting energy or like offletting stuff that they need to clear and purge and narrow down the feeling. So this one comes up as sorrow. So there is a feeling through the collective of sorrow. The sorrow thing, it says that it also impacts the lung and colon. And I would say that there is a lot of people, if I posted and said, who has a really bad cough, they would be like, me. Whose stomach is upset? Oh, me, right? Like the feelings that they're purging out also connect with part of their body as well. Um, and I will often find that it's not just one feeling, it's like a theme of feelings. So through, right? But if there's a blockage of one individual up front, then she's got to offlet her stuff so it can clear the lineage line through her. And so we go to your mom's resentment, and ask, is there anything that we need to do to remove it? And it's like, no. So I can just remove the resentment. They're like, yeah. So you literally just pick up as if you're picking up a ball of resentment and you take it off of her, and then you like let it dissolve into light. And then you
Mhm.
look at her and you're like, okay, she's all cleaned off now. And then you ask, is there still resentment there? And it comes up as no. So it's removed. Yes. Okay. It's good. So then you're like, now we know that there's going to be back in the lineage because we've cleared her, it will offlet and come through. So you're like, is there still more? And it's like, yes. Okay, well, that makes sense. So then you're going to go through and you're going to go, is this in B? Is this in A? It's an A. Is it odd? Is it even? It's even. Is it two? Is it four? It's four. Anger, bitterness, guilt, hatred, resentment, which makes sense that the resentment has to come through the line. Yeah. Right now it comes up as clearing. It's like massive amounts of clearing are happening. And we are feeling that, and that makes it feel funny as if something is off because we're not clearing as fast as what we need to be clearing. And so it's backlogging,
And that's what,
bottlenecking. The regular ways where you like open the side windows and blow like salt water or like fill your pots. Like it's not that because it's collective. Those are personal clearing with your house and with your stuff. When it's collective clearing, massive amounts of clearing needs to happen, and opening the side
yeah,
of earth and blowing it out just doesn't seem like it's enough.
that's
So
why
yeah,
it's,
pulling up a group of the collective and then asking, okay, which like feeling does this group represent, and then finding that feeling and then letting that feeling release from those individuals. um, and then, like, because if you think about it, it's also a ripple effect. So once those individuals are cleared and feeling stable and okay, they're going to go off and they're going to clear people. Because when we are sent to work with people, we're sent to work with other helpers. Like, if I can help a bunch of helpers, then they're going to help a bunch of helpers, right? Like, it's just going to keep trickling. So when we can get in and pull a bunch of the collective together, they're sending us very specific individuals to clear and get back on track again so that they can do their jobs. Um, so it's not like we have to clear the entire earth of, fear and resentment. We can just clear a little pocket of what represents the collective, and then that it just snowballs in a really magical way. And then you start hearing, and then you start seeing, like when you look at the sky at nighttime, you're like, oh my gosh, this is the most magical sunset like ever. This is so vibrant and so energized. And then you're like, that's representative of the work that was done today, the work that was being like embodied by so many people, the energy that's coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Try out the chart and see what it feels like, um, to pull up a chunk of the collective and clear out any of the stuff. I'm going to post the replay to the chat too and see if we can just keep moving, because it's I think people's anxiety is from the bottlenecking of it. Like it's not offletting fast enough. Um, so see how that feels for people when we start moving it. And then if we get, I always think too, like, let's get through some of the assignments that are not so fun, and then we can move to fun ones. There's more fun ones than moving collective crap. Like, but it's necessary, um, because it just is. And it makes our bodies feel better. The pressure in our bodies is because of the bottlenecking. So if we